Hi folks, I know it's been a while since I've done a video. I want to give you another garden update. It's second week in October now and I'm just getting to dig my potatoes out. I'm a bit late with that and I did lose maybe 10% of the crop to rot because I didn't get that, plus it's so wet. It's still so wet. You can see all the mud still in the potatoes here that I'm showing you, but I wanted to show you the size of some of these monsters. These are a new variety I tried this year at my local ag center. They had them in stock. The ones I usually buy, I usually get Yukon Gold. They were all out of, and even some of the other stores were out of them. So he said, well, try these Evas. They're a white potato, not a yellow one like the Yukons are, but they keep well. He didn't say anything about the size, but I mean, look at this. You're talking, this one is pushing 6 inches long by, I figure maybe that's maybe 4 inches across. It's giant. I've never grown a potato that big before, and here's another one similar size. These are two of a couple of the biggest ones, of course, because why should I show you the little ones? But a number of these Evas were large like this or close to it. And I did eat a couple so far. The flavor is good, so there's nothing to complain about as far as them. So maybe I'll grow more of these. I got about, well, this is my second night picking. I have almost the whole patch cleared out now. Remember, I do that no dig method where you just till the soil, cut the potatoes up, seed potatoes up, throw them on the surface, and then cover them with about 8 inches of hay. Again, I can't remember the woman's name who invented that back in the 40s, but another year doing it, another year of success. Let me show you right down here. This is the basket I picked tonight. Different size ones, different varieties. I did plant others other than the Evas, but these were the best. I think I got probably between the two baskets that I've picked so far, probably close to 40 pounds of potatoes. Plenty to get us through the year with the amount of potatoes we eat. Assuming these are good, you don't know if they're starting to rot in the inside or whatever. And of course, you never wash the potatoes to store them. You always keep them, leave them dirty, leave the dirt on them, and then you wash them before you use them, because if you wash them, you'll take some of the protection off the skin and they will rot a whole lot easier, spoil a whole lot easier. So, but what I am going to do, as you can see here, I have a cheap burlap bag. I don't know, a couple bucks a Tractor Supply. We used to have burlap bags on the farm all the time when they used to put feed in it when I was a kid, but these aren't anywhere near as good a quality as those were. But I will put these in a burlap bag like I did the first picking, and I'm hanging them from a hook over in the bottom of my barn close to the shop. It's cool in there, it's out of the sun. You have to keep potatoes out of the sun or they will spoil. There'll be a chemical reaction, they'll turn bitter. And this will hopefully dry them out a bit more. Now again, I'm dealing with such a wet year, I have more mud on these than normal, so maybe they won't dry properly. Typically what I do is just keep them in the bottom of my barn until it gets too cold in there, and use from them as we need them. And then I bring them into the unheated porch here so that they don't freeze. But I may bring them in a bit earlier as soon as the temperatures start to get cooler. I don't want it to be too hot in here. We've got days in the 60s yet, but once we start getting into the 40s and 50s for highs, I think I can put them in here and they'll do just as well, but it's drier. It's not as damp in here as it is there. So, but in other years when I picked them earlier, like in September when it was still 80, 90 degree days out, I wanted it in the bottom of the barn where it was only 60s so that they wouldn't get too hot and wouldn't spoil. But we'll see what happens. So just wanted to give you an update on that with the garden. A few other things I'll post videos on when I'm completely finished. Lots and lots of tomato products again this year. Decent green bean harvest. Lots and lots of pickles. And we'll have a wrap-up video, like a summary, garden summary for the year. But it wasn't a bad year considering we started with cold weather early. Had to be careful we didn't plant too early. And then we had, after it did get warm, we had a drought the end of May, beginning of June, had to water everything, and then we had lots and lots of rain. But we had also hot days too, so it wasn't a bad year for crops. So, at least in our part of the country. So thank you for watching. I know it's been a while since I've been on here. I'll try to answer some comments that people have put on my site, on my channel that I haven't gotten to yet. But we're still plugging away here, still trying to live out in the country on a shoestring. So please like, subscribe, and share as we continue to live the dream, so to speak. All right, thanks for watching.